Out of every dire situation, there's the flip. There's hope. You're gonna have your best times and then it's gonna suck right afterwards. And then it will swing back up. Just roll with it and it will be okay. My name is Tang Ha Lai, and I'm the author of Butterfly Yellow. Well, this story starts in 1981. It is 6 years after the Vietnam War, and we have a 16-year-old girl named Hằng, and she is desperate to get out of Vietnam and to get to Texas to reunite and find and reclaim her little brother. And helping her in this journey is an American red-haired cowboy wannabe, and he has renamed himself Leroy. So off they go on this adventure. So I can say I am a refugee. I came here at age 10 in 1975, right after the war ended, or even 2 days before the war ended. So I got out on what's called the first wave, which means, boom, we were out of there. And so I know the refugee story very, very well. And I just wanted, to tell a story about someone who left after I did. So she would have spent the brutal post-war years in Vietnam, and then she would have had to endure a much more dangerous and harrowing trip across the seas. While I was on a Navy ship, she would be in a rickety fishing boat. And then there would be Thai pirates, and they were real, and they were there, and they knew the Vietnamese were escaping, and they preyed on them. And I've been trying to tell this story for many, many years. I just couldn't find a way in. And one day, I was standing at a Buddhist temple in San Diego. At this temple, they have what's called a memorial wall. And I saw Hằng on the wall. I didn't know her name was Hằng then, but I saw her on the wall, and it was this portrait of this girl just looking at me, very, very intense. And I thought, that's it. That's the character. And from there, I just built it in my mind. When I came up with the prose poems for Inside Out and Back Again, that was precisely to show how Vietnamese is processed in the mind. Vietnamese is derived from Chinese. Of course, Chinese is derived from pictures, so everything is very poetic, and it has a natural cadence to it. It's very poetic. Vietnamese almost has a rhythm, da-da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum, so it just lends itself to poetry. I'm not a poet, but it just came out that way because if I slip inside a Vietnamese mind, my fingers will type out prose poems. Now, as far as Hằng, she's thinking in Vietnamese at some point. So then for her Vietnamese brain, I'm able to bring in that poetic feel. And at one point, I did have it in prose poem format, but it made the book like 500 pages long. So then I squished it back up, but it still has that feel. When you read it, it's very obvious you're reading in a different language. And also, what I realized after Inside Out and Back Again was that the refugee story never went away. I thought I was writing historical fiction, way back. And it turns out it's in the news, it's everywhere, it's more prevalent than ever. So I think, even though this story is set in 1981, it might as well just happen today. And then it is I think a non-threatening and very comfortable way to slide into the mindset of an immigrant, of a refugee right now. Out of every dire situation, there's the flip, there's hope. So as for Hằng, I wanted to show that no matter how horrific her backstory was or is, she'll swing back up. And that's not to say she won't swing back down, but there is an upswing, and she just has to be patient and wait for it.